So we bought this house in June, and it was just a little bit too late to have a garden started when we mixed in all of the tasks that are required of you when you first move into a house. This whole backyard, there was a ton of concrete. It was all foxtail. We had a lot of work ahead of us. And one of the things that I was really bummed about was that I didn't get to have a good fall garden going because so much work was still being done. There's still a ton of work left for us to do, but one of the things that I really wanted to make sure that I did do was put in some above ground garden beds, because the soil in the back part of the garden is so bad. I wasn't able to get anything to germinate, and except I think I had a couple pumpkins and I think a few watermelon plants that were able to produce. We got one pumpkin out of it, which is partially because of how hot it is here, partially because of the soil, mainly because we didn't have a full watering system set up yet. So we have built 4 above ground beds that I wanted to use as my winter beds. It is December right now. We're in Northern California on the west side, and so it's a little bit too late technically to get anything started, but I'm pretty determined that we're going to get it done and at least have some type of lettuce or something that I can harvest in the beginning of the year. And I have some starts going already, which I will show you. They don't look great. Like I said, it's December already, and so I started them in the house. I just recently put them into the greenhouse, or the hoop house, I guess you should say, yesterday, and they're not in the actual soil yet. They're still in their little pods. I just want to get them acclimated to being out here. And so I still have 2 more hoops to put up, and then I have to cover the other 3 beds with plastic. Now, part of the reason why I'm doing this right now is because we've been getting a ton of rain, and we paid to bring soil in. I think I brought in 4 cubic yards of soil for these 4 beds. We would have needed a whole lot more, but what we did was we filled the bottom with soil from the like outside garden with the bad soil, and then we put topsoil on top of it from our local soil delivery place. And with all this rain that we're having, I'm really worried about all of the nutrients leaching out, so I want to make sure that I get them covered. It's a little too late. We've already had about a month of rain on top of them, but I still want, something is better than nothing. The other thing that is happening is we have a puppy, and she has been absolutely loving digging in these garden beds, and it's kind of driving me crazy because we just put down fresh pavers along with wood chips, and so she's digging all of the soil into the wood chips, and it's making it difficult to separate out. So I want to make sure to get it covered, that way she knows that she can't go in them anymore. And so yeah, I'll show you what I have going on so far. So this is what one of my hoop houses looks like. It's nothing fancy. It's literally just 4 pieces of 10-foot PVC pipe, and then the beds are made out of literally just 4 pieces of wood, and they're about the most basic beds that you can make. And so I use these clamps. I think they're the smallest clamps. I mean, they're the smallest ones that I can find, just to put the plastic onto the PVC. And inside, I mean, you can tell it's raining right now, and so I keep catching rainwater, which the dog actually loves to drink. But so they're not the like highest class beds, I guess, but for what I do with them, or what I'm planning on doing with them, they're going to work, I hope. And so you can see inside I have some of my starts. Now I started these inside, and there's hardly any there. I just wanted to see if I could even get anything to germinate, and I did, but they're just kind of sad looking. So I think I'm gonna do more of them actually out here. And the soil in here, you can see it's actually pretty dry because of how long I've had the plastic on, but it's really, really warm. And so because I'm keeping it so warm in here, I think I'm still going to be able to get some stuff to germinate. I don't know. I know that definitely these will work in the springtime, but right now it's just kind of hoping for the best to see if I can get anything going. And so my plan today is to build the rest of the 3 hoops that I need to have set, and then I have some garlic and onion that I need to plant and get some more seeds started. And so all I do to build the hoops is I have this 3.5 mil clear plastic sheeting. I buy it in the painting section, and then I use 3/4 inch tube straps. And the original, these are the tube straps. I'll take some out of the plastic. The original plan was to use 2, I guess 4 per PVC pipe. However, I'm finding because I have almost a foot deep of soil, I only need to use 1 on each side, and the soil is just holding the pipes in place. We've had some windy days and it's still working, so far it's holding up. You can see here, this is the tube straps that I put in, and they just goes right into the soil, the pipes do. So that's what I'll be doing. So something that I have figured out is I pre-drill all my holes for the tube straps. At first I was doing it without that, and it works, but it's a whole lot harder to get the screw into these boards that I have in here. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. I just use my power drill, and I'm going to go through and pre-drill everything, and then I will put all of the straps on, and then I will do all of the pipes. And what those are is they are 3/4 inch PVC, and they are 10 foot long each. And then I'll have to wrap the plastic over, which that's honestly the most difficult part, is wrapping the plastic, because it's just a lot to deal with, which is funny because these are such small beds. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on those, and we'll see. These take a pretty short amount of time. The problem is I just don't love doing it. So I'm gonna see how long these take me, and hopefully I can get them finished up this afternoon. So you can see what I mean. Just me sitting here, and she's already playing in the dirt because she thinks that since I am, she gets to also. Okay, so something that seems to always happen, and it's not just me in this household that does this, any of the drill bits that are smaller than 5/30 seconds, they just don't last long, because when you're trying to go fast, you don't do it at the right angle, and they'll just snap off. So I've already snapped a drill bit, and it's so funny to me because I mean, it just happens all the time. It drives me crazy. So I'll show you. If you look here, this is one of our sets. These ones, anything smaller than 5/30 seconds, you'll see is missing because we no longer have them. And then the same thing with our other set. Anything smaller except for the 2 smallest ones, we no longer have, which is really frustrating. So I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store. So I may not do this right now. I may pick it up in about an hour, and it's starting to pour. It's starting to rain quite a bit, so I'm not too mad because I'll just hang off. So it's gonna take a longer project than I thought. So I checked everywhere, and I don't have any more bits, and I do need to go to the hardware store anyways to get stuff to build a shelf, but I think I've decided I'm just going to hold off for today. It's a nice rainy day. I'm going to sit inside by the fire and just enjoy my day off. I have the whole week off because of a holiday break for work, and so I definitely have other days I can do it that it won't be raining. Stay tuned, and I will update you on the progress of our little urban garden that we are starting. Thanks. Bye.